and this is a Thomson Dream Caribbean cruise that we went on a couple of years ago. If you ever asked me before, would I book a cruise? I'd say, no way, not my cup of tea. But in fact, we were very lucky that it was my dad's 60th birthday and he paid for the family to go away. So it was an extra holiday and I'm definitely not going to complain about that. In fact, it's probably the best holiday I've ever had. This is my son here, really super excited to get onto the ship. We flew from Gatwick, and what was really nice is that when we got into Barbados, the luggage went straight through to the cruise ship. We had absolutely no hassle, no delays at all, and we were straight on board enjoying our holiday. Definitely how I like to start. So we arrived into Barbados, which was absolutely beautiful, gorgeous weather as well. This was March time that we travelled. From Barbados, we went across straight to St Kitts, and we also visited the sister island of Nevis. This is Nevis here, where we arrived, and we went from St Kitts to Nevis by boat. It's a very small island, very untouched as well. It's very back to nature, really. The beach hasn't been cleaned, it's got like small plants growing up in between it. It was beautiful. On the ship itself, we really enjoyed the food. Probably enjoyed it a little bit too much, really, but it was proper restaurant-style food. We dined in the Orion restaurant most evenings because we just enjoyed it so much. It was waiter service. As you can see here, this one looks a bit dodgy. This is my son's dinner. They even catered for him with his very bland taste, which was really kind of them. We really enjoyed the ship itself. It was perfect for what we required. I know that there are other ships that are a lot bigger. Thomson's are quite sort of old style ships, really, in comparison to some of the massive ones that you can go on now, but it was plenty for what we wanted. Next stop was Sint Maarten. Never been to Sint Maarten before, and wow, was the sea turquoise here. We just went to a couple of beaches that day and just really enjoyed having a good swim, enjoying the beach life, really. Had quite a relaxing day. In the evening, we would generally just sort of rest, really. We were so exhausted from everything we'd done in the daytime. There really wasn't much sort of staying up late or seeing any of the shows. Obviously, my son was quite young when we travelled as well. So from Sint Maarten's, we then moved on to the British Virgin Islands. This was the day my son was most excited about because we got to swim with dolphins. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any photographs when we was actually swimming with the dolphins. This is as close as you could get. You can see some people there in the water. That's where the dolphins were. So we celebrated my dad's 60th actually on the ship, and the day between Sint Maarten, we sort of had to travel a little bit further on to the next island. But as you can see, all the time that you're travelling, you can be in the swimming pool, you can be relaxing on the deck, you can be looking at the beautiful views that were everywhere. So we had no problems with that. And we then arrived in Antigua. Antigua was stunning, probably one of my favourite islands that we went to. The stingrays were just brilliant, even better than the dolphins, I'd say. My little boy was allowed to get in with them as well, so this is a real activity for all ages. You get a boat and you go out actually onto the sandbank, so you can just stand, see your waist high, and then these massive stingrays are all in the water. They brush against your legs and they feel like velvet when they brush against you. Absolutely beautiful creatures, beautiful water, beautiful Antigua really in general. For the afternoon, we then went to one of the local beaches. The beach that we went on was amazing, and this was on the beach where the Sandals Hotel is. Just literally further down to the left-hand side was the Sandals Resort. This was an outside restaurant that one of the hotels had, and we made some massive sandcastles and things on here. It was really glorious. So on the ship itself, in the evening, we would just literally go for drinks. In fact, one evening, my brother and his wife now got engaged on the ship. That's a picture of us in the restaurant where they got engaged. It was amazing. One of those really happy moments, and a fantastic holiday as well. The next stop was Dominica. Now, this was totally different to anything I've ever experienced. Very, very lush, very, very green. We went up the side of the mountain into the sort of rainforest area and saw the massive waterfall. This was stunning, really, really good to see. Something very different for my son to do as well. Probably not as interesting for him as it was for us, but it was nice to be in there with all the wildlife and seeing a few sites. This was a great thing about doing a cruise. When I go on holiday, I like to go out and about a little bit, but I do like to relax. The cruise just really offers you an opportunity to stop off. So stopping off every day somewhere different, I thought was just brilliant. We did 7 nights in total on this cruise, and we were exhausted when we got home. Didn't really feel like much of a holiday in terms of rest, but the sights that we saw and the things that we did really made it worthwhile. As you can see here, the Dominican Beach is sort of black volcanic sand. Can get quite messy. My little boy very much liked putting the black as over him as much as possible. I would really recommend the cruise for all ages. As I said, 3-year-old with us, no problem. My dad was 60, again, really, really loved it. So the last day, very, very last day, which we were quite sad about, was back in Barbados, and that's where we flew home from. But before we went home, we wanted to see the amazing turtles. So this is Sandy Lane, and we went on a ship, not a ship, a boat, and we got all our snorkeling gear on, and the turtles were just there, which was brilliant because my mum doesn't snorkel, so she could just sit on the edge of the boat and look over, and the turtles were coming up as if to say, hello, I'm here. And we got to see tons of them, which was great. Again, the tour guides were really, really good with my son. Got a little life jacket on him, and he could go in, and they would make sure that he was really safe while we were also enjoying doing the snorkeling. So all in all, excellent holiday. Would definitely recommend. So get booking a cruise.